Creating your seat at the table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, six-time best-selling author, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLC. Tonight we have a special VIP guest by the name of Chef Anthony Thomas. A little bit about him. Chef Anthony Thomas is a private chef and healthy lifestyle advocate who takes pride in creating unique dishes that are not only tasty, but most importantly, good for you. A native of the D.C. metropolitan area, Chef Anthony's life is a testament to perseverance and a commitment to making the best out of every situation, regardless of the circumstances. Chef Anthony's journey through food was propelled in 2004 when he was diagnosed with arthritis malformation, a rare life-threatening brain condition. He was able to get back on the right side of his health after a risky surgery, and he attributes much of his great health and lack of recurring symptoms to eating nutritious food. In 2009, Chef Anthony combined his newfound health focus with his longtime passion of cooking to launch a catering company that serves a range of clients and events. He's also self-published a host of books, including Chef Ant Wow, Volume 1, a collection of recipes, meal prep, is the new leftovers, and two titles written specifically with kids in mind. Ashlyn Eats, a children's recipe book, and Mommy, Daddy, What Is This, a fun coloring book. Chef Anthony's culinary skills are widely sought after, and he's been featured by a host of media outlets, including Black Enterprise Cuisine Noir, and TV's One Sister Circle. Chef Anthony is passionate about using food to promote healthy living and is working to build a culinary empire that rivals the greats. He works daily to promote the fact that healthy eating and life longevity go hand in hand, and looks forward to spreading his message through food around the world. When he isn't cooking, he's distributing hot meals and clothing to those in need. He is also a husband and a father of a 4-year-old daughter. Welcome to the table, the amazing Chef Anthony Thomas.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome. So, Anthony, tell us more about your entrepreneur journey.
So, I appreciate all those kind words. As you stated, I started my professional culinary journey in 2009 when I started Chef Anthony Events. And prior to that, I've been cooking all my life, starting probably at the age of 8 years old when I began coming home by myself after school. We lived in a different day and time in the 90s when, you were able to just walk home. So come home and, my mom would have different foods set out for me, such as Hostess and different Chips Ahoy, Twinkies, and different foods like that. But that was never really my thing. Still to this day, sweets are really not my thing. So I'll come home and, I'm making a scrambled egg sandwich. I toasting up some bread and making a scrambled egg. And, I was truly instructed by my mom not to make anything, not to cook, not to touch the oven. But, the mischievous in me led me to just doing what I wanted to do. So I would just make different dishes while I was at home, add a little bit of spinach, a little bit of mushrooms to it, and ultimately one day I didn't clean the pot, the skillet the way she normally would. So I ended up getting caught, and, I admitted to my mom, hey, I was just making this because this is what I like to eat. And, I got in trouble for it. I feel like I got punished. I don't think I got a butt whooping for that, but, growing up, just being mischievous, I got in trouble doing things, but that was one of the things. But I never realized that was one of my passions until looking back, like, I was trying to be in the kitchen, even without her being there. So, taking this in my own hands and, even from there, cooking different meals. One of my favorites is always chicken breast, and always sauteing some veggies with that. And coming up in a household with both of my parents both being really good cooks and always cooking a home-cooked meal for us every night.
I love that. So let's talk about, what, I know you talked about your journey through, of how, growing up, food was always something that you loved. So what inspired you really to go into the culinary industry and really make it a brand?
So when I graduated from high school, I went to college. I went to Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland. I took up sociology of criminal justice. Sociology of criminal justice wasn't really something that I truly was passionate about. But when I was into it, I realized that I really wasn't into it. So 3 years into college, I kind of became sidetracked and, began focusing more on cooking and thinking, how could I monetize off of this? And, just to go ahead and side note, I am a self-taught chef. So working in various places, starting off at different fast food places, and then working in different kitchens, such as the Art Museum downtown, different fast food and fast food spots like Chevy's and what else? Domino's, pizza. Worked at a couple restaurants in D.C. I began to take on that experience that I learned in the kitchen and applying it to my own at home. And when people would have functions, I cooked different meals, and I realized that people were towards my culinary expertise. So I, continued to study it. I ordered different recipe books on a regular basis. And at this point, I still didn't realize that this was something that I was really passionate about. And ultimately started the catering and, continued to learn different cuisines from all across the world. I began to implement that, and I said that I could, start this catering company. So when I did, and, over time, I've become a much better chef over the years. And still to this day, I still order multiple recipe books and still watch just as much Food Network, cooking channel, and, I implement all of those different things. And when I go to different restaurants, chefs always invite me back into the back of the kitchen, and they want to just show me around. They're like, try this. We're going to add this to the recipe, to our menu. And, I get a great joy out of cooking. As you probably could hear in my voice,
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're so passionate about cooking. So what are some of your favorite dishes that you like to make, Anthony?
So some of the dishes I like to make for myself may not be some of the dishes that I like to make for others. So everyone loves my brunch menu. So I do a lot of brunches. I probably do about 4 or 5 brunches every month. But for myself, I just like really simple, quick meals. Like one of my favorites is salmon, sea bass. I like boneless skin chicken thighs for myself, and I always pair that with some type of quick veggie, which is sauteed kale or some sauteed spinach. For my brunch menu that everyone loves, they love my breakfast potatoes, they love my French toast, and I always add a different twist to it. So my French toast, of course, is around fruits and berries, but I added recently a cinnamon roll glaze. I took that cinnamon roll glaze and I just drizzled it over top of the French toast. It's amazing. Recently, I've also added another one, which is a brown sugar cinnamon roll glaze. So that's brown sugar, heavy whipping cream, cream cheese, vanilla extract, vanilla flavoring. I'm giving you a gem right here. Vanilla flavoring, confectionate sugar, and you add those to a blender. You blend that up, and you thin it out a little bit with the heavy cream, make it a lot thinner. The cream cheese adds a nice consistency, a little bit of lemon juice, and that takes away the super, super sweet flavor from all of those sweet ingredients. You just drizzle that over. It tastes just like a Cinnabon from the middle of the mall. You know how you can smell Cinnabon as soon as you walk into a mall, no matter where it is. It's the same exact, except it's just a little thinner, and I make that a nice glaze. And that's a great glaze over top of pancakes, waffles, French toast, even sauteed breakfast apples.
Sounds good. I'm sure our listeners are hungry right now, right? He's giving us some free recipes too, so I hope you're writing down.
Listen.
Yes. So you had a health scare a while back, which what inspired you to really, build your brand. And so, why is healthy eating so important? Because I know you stress that a lot, on when you're speaking and when you're talking about your brand.
So, 2006, I was diagnosed with a rare disease called an arterial venous malformation. Now, just to break that down for people who may not know, who may not be in the neurological field, it is basically a cluster of blood vessels that are in your brain where blood is supposed to flow through smoothly. And instead of it flowing through your brain smoothly, it's kind of tangled up. So with those blood vessels being tangled up and the blood not being able to flow smoothly, it can either hemorrhage, cause headaches, migraines, things of that such. So growing up, I would say probably like once a week I would have like terrible migraines, not just during sinus season or, when it's really hot outside or when the pollen's high. I just would have headaches. And, we never knew what that issue was. We just thought, pop a Tylenol, it'll go away, take a nap, it'll go away, drink some tea. And that's what I did. And one day I had a seizure. So when I had a seizure, I went to PV Hospital. PV Hospital said they didn't know what was going on. It transferred me to George Washington Hospital. George Washington said, you have an arterial venous malformation. Me not knowing, I still didn't know what it was. They said, you can leave this hospital today or you can get the surgery. But if you leave, you're pretty much a walking time bomb. You don't know if it's going to hemorrhage. And when if it hemorrhages, you just pretty much, you'll black out, you go in a coma, you can die, So I took it upon myself at age 19 to say, let me get this surgery. Went and had the surgery, 13 hours, came out, had to learn how to walk again, had to kind of learn how to really think straight because my entire equilibrium was off. So I stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks until the doctors felt like I was able to get out. For about 3 months, I was on heavy medication, seizure medication. After those 3 months, I never had another seizure, and that was my one and only seizure I had. Never had another seizure, and never had another headache again, which is amazing. Now, those are the pros, and the cons behind it were, I lost hair on that side of my head because they had to make a decision to go around. I had long dreads at the time. But I'm willing to lose that hair to still have my life and to be completely healthy again. I wanted to keep my sodium down, so I changed my diet. I went completely pescatarian at that time. After that, I went fully vegan. And now I'm back eating meat, but I eat in moderation. But I know that a healthy diet is what, is going to keep us here on Earth for the longest time that we can be here.
So thank you for sharing your amazing story and, pretty much how the journey pushed you out, right, into this amazing brand that you have now, which is amazing. And so, a lot of people want to eat healthy, right, but sometimes you might be struggling a little bit with it. So
we all do.
And what are some tips you would give to those listeners who are struggling with healthy eating?
So healthy eating, I would say, is definitely a mindset. So, you say, okay, I don't want to eat this, or I can't stop eating this. It's really just all mind over matter. So you say, I can't give up meat, or my meal isn't complete without meat. I just say, just try it sometime. Just try just a veggie and maybe a carb. Try a sweet potato and some spinach. Try some greens, some collard greens, and maybe some roasted potatoes. And just see what it's like to not have that steak to accompany it, to not have, maybe a smothered pork chop. But to be completely honest, and, I don't want to really scare your viewers, all meat really is not good for you. But at the same time, I still eat it, But, we can't walk through life saying, I'm just not going to eat anything. But, just saying, I'm not going to eat this, because everything is pretty much has something that's not necessarily good with it, even down to the water. They say, the only water you can drink is alkaline water. But then again, they also say that drinking water out of a plastic bottle is a problem. You should only drink out of a glass bottle. So, I feel like everything in moderation. I think that people also, when it comes to weight loss, a lot of people ask me, hey, how do you lose weight? Because, I've gone through ups and downs when it comes to weight loss, and I pretty much got it down to a science. And it's really simple. If you count your calories, which is very tedious and a big headache, that's how you lose weight. each one of us has a caloric deficit based on our age, height, and weight that our body intakes each day for us to lose weight. So for me, at 5'10", at 33 years old, and 200 pounds, I'm supposed to consume 2,200 calories in order to maintain. So I eat that every day. But if I ate 1,900 calories, I would lose weight. Because if I ate 1,700 calories each day, I lose weight aggressively. So if I was aiming to lose weight, I'd eat 1,700 every day, and I'd watch the scale just fall back. So that's one tip that I give people, to count your calories when it comes to losing weight.
So what is your view on, the listeners that say, I'm going to eat healthy, but I'm going to have that one cheat day?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I say go for it. And a cheat day definitely includes alcohol, because alcohol are calories as well. So, like, if you're going to have 2 or 3 cocktails, just know those cocktails are counted for calories. So if you really want to count calories when it comes to going out with the ladies or the fellas and having a drink, I say go for gin, because gin has the lowest calories. It has no fat, no sugar. So if you ever see anybody say, I want a gin and tonic, they're probably counting calories. Or gin and lime juice, they're counting calories. Vodka is the next one. Vodka usually has somewhere between 70 calories to 100 calories per shot. But when you get into those cognac, we're talking about 200 calories per shot. And if you're getting double shots and you're drinking 4 and 5 cocktails, you're surplus and got 1,000 calories just from alcohol. That's not your food. So I say always go into account for your alcoholic beverages as well when it comes to counting calories and losing weight.
You're right, because it's all calories for our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So don't think that, don't count that as not a cheat day. It's still a cheat day, because if you're drinking something, any type of alcohol, that's calories.
Yep. And then, like, say you want to go grab you some pizza or a burrito, just think about the contents that you're putting in there. You want to go for the leanest proteins for the least amount of calories usually. Fish has usually lower calories, higher protein, lower fat. So that's why I do push pescatarian diet on individuals.
Makes sense. So what are some of the pros and cons of the culinary industry for those people that might want to, build their brand or might want to go into the culinary industry? What are the pros and cons of it?
So some of the pros, you want to start with the pros or the cons?
Let's start with the pros.
Okay. So the pros are you create your own menu, you create your own price, and, your own time and schedule. So with me, I offer meal prep. I noticed some people offer meal prep at a lower rate, and some people charge more. But I feel like what I offer is comparable to what I'm providing. And I always feel like you get what you pay for. You don't ever want to lowball yourself where you're not making any money, but you don't want to outprice yourself where you're not making money because they can go somewhere else and get the same product. Also, pros are, like when it comes to brunches, I can price it out where an individual may be able to go to D.C. or, go to an actual brunch and get the same exact item, but they're getting in-home service. So I want to provide them with the exact same quality of food along with the same type of service they would get, except a little bit better, because I'm hands-on and I'm a one-man show. I also have a team that comes with me, but, with me being able to provide them with, say they go to a brunch and they have unlimited mimosas, they have crab legs, they have French toast, different assorted bacons and this and that. I want to provide them with those exact same things, but instead of me providing them with mimosas, I provide them with mimosas, bellinis that are a little bit stronger, and a little bit more tasty, not tasty, a little watered down. That way they feel like, hey, I don't even have to get in my car and go anywhere. The brunch came to me, and the ladies all get to be in the comfort of their home, or the fellas get to come over, however it is, it's lined up. Just being able to provide them with a restaurant experience at the venue or the home that they choose. And that's what I truly enjoy.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the cons?
So the cons are anything that you would think about with any business. People being dissatisfied with whether you're late, and as a small black business, I definitely have to add this. I always try to, break that stigma that small black businesses aren't as up to par as maybe something corporate. So I always have to go over and beyond to break that stigma. So when I show up to an event, I let a person know, oh, you want your brunch to start at 11? Okay, I'm going to show up at like around 10:15 to make sure everything's laid out, because you never know what you're walking into. You may get there and their oven may not work, or they may not have counter space, or you may have to clean up this, or you may have to do that. So I always try to account for that time. Also, an individual may be upset about their guests not arriving on time, and I have the food set up at 11 o'clock. So you have to make sure that you're like, hey, so what time did you say your guests will want to show up? They'll say, okay, my guests will be here around 11:30 or 12. So their time may mess your time up a little bit. Black people show up late to specific occasions like these, and you want everyone to be satisfied. So I make sure that I don't take everything out all at one time, especially the hot items. So I'm not going to start making the omelets or even put out the scrambled eggs until I see and start to notice that more guests are trickling in. This way, everything is, warm, and this is really I think that's really key, is that all the food comes out at the same time. Everyone's able to enjoy everything at the same time. And making sure that you treat every customer the exact same way. So I may cook for a celebrity client, and I'm going to treat that exact celebrity client the same way I would treat the working class individual who's not a celebrity, And I think that's what has given me the longevity in the business, because everybody knows that they're going to get the same quality from me. No one says, well, he did this for me, and he didn't do that for me. No, I do the same thing for everybody, I provide them with the same customer service, the same smell, the same high-end champagne, seriously, and that's key. You don't treat anyone, you don't give anyone more favoritism than you would the next person.
I love that. So thanks for sharing and shining light on the pros and the cons. And we have this big scare, the coronavirus now. So has that affected your business? Because I know you're a private chef. Nobody wants to be around anybody right now. So how has it affected your business, or has your business been okay?
No, it's actually been more, and I feel like always between March and June is usually my biggest peak season, for the simple fact that tax money comes back, then you got prom season, and then you got graduation season. So right now, everything is really lining up. It hasn't affected me. I think it hasn't affected me so much because it hasn't affected Maryland heavily like it has other regions. And I pray it stays like that, and I pray that other areas, become more quarantined and they can get that under control. But I've been fine on my end.
Yes, that's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
everybody's all flustered right now.
Absolutely. No. It's a spooky thing because, you're dealing with people's food and, people are in close quarters. So I'm dealing with multiple people on a regular basis. So if I'm coming in contact with somebody who came in contact with something or someone, that can affect me and my business. So so far, so good. It's been a blessing. And, I still continue to take my vitamins and take my vitamin C, and I drink my tea every morning. So
I
drink a gallon of water every day.
Man.
It definitely helps.
Absolutely. So tell us more about your catering company and how we can support and get involved. So tell us more about your business, how we can support, and for listeners who want to hire you or, bring you into their company or their event, how can they get in, get involved and get in touch?
So my name is Chef Anthony Thomas, and my website is chefanthonythomas.com. On social media, all social media platforms, it is Chef Anthony DC. And all you have to do is send me a message or go to my website, go to contact me. When you contact me, you let me know the events you have set up or the events you're looking to hire me for. Let me know how many guests you have. Let me know the style of menu, and I'll work with you, so you may not even have an idea as to the type of menu you're looking for, but, I'll help you mold and make that menu into the perfect menu for you and your guests. if you're even looking to have something at the job, you know, you want to put me in contact with HR or, you know, the person, the admin, you know, people do that, and I correspond with those individuals. And, you know, being able to be provided with that A1 service at all times, and that's what I always strive to do, and that's what I always.
Awesome. So make sure you get in contact with Chef Anthony because he's doing some amazing things. So let's talk about those books. You have multiple books out that you have written as well as children books too. So let's talk about your books and how listeners can support your books and buy your books.
So I have 4 books on Amazon right now. The first one is a standard recipe book with Southern comfort recipes. It's called Chef Ant Wow, a collection of recipes. Then my second book is a children, infant, and toddler recipe book. So I have a 4-year-old daughter, and it's a collection of recipes I fed her from the time she was 4 months old to the time I released that book. Things such as butternut squash puree, which is butternut squash. You roast that up, take it, put it in the blender, add it with a little bit of breast milk or infant milk, mash it up a little bit more. You know, if he or she has teeth, and then you just feed it to them. That way you're not feeding them the jarred up stuff, you know, no names, but they're jarred up stuff that has been found to have metal in it. And that's not good to give to your child because it can cause issues down the line. And that's why I never gave her any of the jarred up stuff. So I made her mashed up avocado, mixed that with the breast milk, purple mashed potatoes, and I mixed that with breast milk. Then when her teeth became to come in, then I would do like roasted potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes. I mean, it's endless stuff. I would make her baby smoothies with blueberries, strawberries, breast milk, and she would drink that through a bottle. And now she still, even to this day, drinks those out of cups. You can mix that with pretty much any vegetable. And that's just a couple of recipes just throw out there. That's a 100-page book. Then my third book is called Meal Prep's New Leftovers. It's a 7-step guide on how to meal prep effectively. So it teaches people how to meal prep. People always ask me, how do you meal prep and how long does it normally take you? And I say, well, that takes me about 30 minutes. They say, it takes me 4 hours. So I'm like, let me put a collection of books out there to help people learn how to meal prep if they don't necessarily have the money to pay me for the services. And then the fourth book is a children's illustration book, which is a depiction of me, my wife, and my daughter in the grocery store, explaining to her different fruits, vegetables, and other grocery store items. And it's called Mommy, Daddy, What Is This? So on every page it says, Mommy, Daddy, what is this? And it goes, this is asparagus. And it says what a benefit of asparagus is. And then it goes down to broccoli, cauliflower, dates, eggs, fennel, grapes, you know, and all the way down to Z for zucchini. So those are my 4 books.
So make sure you go support Anthony's books. He has written some amazing books for older, our adults and kids. So where can they go? Can they go on Amazon and get it, to your website? Where can they go purchase?
So they can go to the website. My website, which is chefanthonythomas.com. Or they can just go to Amazon and just type in the search box, Chef Anthony Thomas. All the books pop right up.
So go support today. And, for all of our listeners that are aspiring to go into the culinary industry, definitely go buy his books today. So you have built an amazing brand, and you built multiple tables for yourself. So Chef Anthony, how did you create your seat at the table?
So when you are creating your own seat at the table, you have to look at, and honestly, you have to look at the people around you. So honestly, Jay-Z couldn't have been the rapper that he is today if he didn't have people like, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Biggie Smalls, individuals who were pioneers before him to pretty much show him which lane he was going to go in and which lane he ended up changing over to. So I looked at other chefs who I looked up to, most of them on television, Emerald, Marcus Samuelson, Guy Fieri, some of the pioneers a little bit older than me, and pretty much saying, what can I do that's similar but different, since we're all in the same field, that'll separate me from them. And then I also identify individuals who are in my area who look like me and say, okay, they're doing it this way, well, guess what? I'm going to do it this way. And never anybody being able to say those guys are doing the exact same thing, except they're young black men and they're both in the same field, because that's how you get your own identity. So me being a family man and coming from the background I came from, I feel like that separated me already. Also being able to provide healthy dishes, which is something that I feel like a lot of individuals seek but weren't necessarily getting from our side of town. And speaking about healthy, I also offer a detox juice cleanse, 3-day or 5-day. And this detox juice cleanse is, helping multiple people lower their blood pressure, gout, arthritis, depression, mood swings. It gives people much more energy. It's endless health benefits to this juice cleanse. And I've seen people come off of high doses of blood pressure medication. I've seen people come off of gout medication. My cousin, he lost 45 pounds because he was dealing with me for 6 weeks. And he lost 40 pounds, and his blood sugar is now normal. He looks great, and it's all, he only ordered beet juice. Beet juice is one of my popular juices, which is probably the most effective juice for when it comes to benefits for your body. And I provide that as well. So
amazing. So what did failure teach you on your journey? Because we all have a process. So what did failure teach you?
Oh, you always just keep going, because the same way you said I've been on multiple publications such as Black Enterprise, TV One, Fox 5, Channel 7. There's probably about 50 times more people who never answered that email, and I thrive off of it, because I'm like, one day they will, answer those emails, or wish they had answered those emails when I was like, hey, I'd love to come on your platform and explain this, or I'd love to come on there and talk about my new book, or and to me, I don't even look at that necessarily as a failure. It's more like, you're just being overlooked at the time, because they feel like there are other individuals or other things that they can rather tend to. And in due time, and as long as you believe in God, you know that He doesn't do anything outside of His time. Everything is in His time. And that's what it says in Ecclesiastes 3:1. So I never force anything. I know that everything will come in due time.
Absolutely, and I agree. And you're very successful. So what did success teach you?
To always remain humble, because the same people that, talked about me on the way up are the same people who pay for my services now, and, I've been with more money than I have now, and I've been without the money I have now. And, you realize that money really is not everything. As long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing, then money is really nothing. I'm that humble, because I've seen it come, I've seen it go, and I've seen it come back. So as long as I just continue to stay rooted in providing amazing services to people, I'll always be where I am, and definitely always keeping the Lord first. Because no matter what, if it's the Sunday I'm not doing a brunch, guess where I'm at? I'm at First Baptist Church in Glenard.
Yes, and that's so important, right, to stay humble. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad you shine light on that, because
always
that's important, especially on this journey of success. So you have to always remain humble, regardless of how successful you are. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, and people really need to realize that, the same way you may have it today, you may not have it tomorrow. And, when I was stripped of the money that I was once getting in the past, and I was definitely humbled then, it really humbled me, because I was like, I was really up, and then I lost it, and then I came back, and when I became more focused on what I was doing, then I got it, and it's embedded in me. It's definitely embedded in me.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what can we expect from you, Chef Anthony, in this new decade and new year of 2020? I know you have some amazing things planned, and I know we're getting ready to finish up the first quarter. So what can we expect from you in 2020?
Isn't that crazy? We about to finish up the first quarter. It seemed like it just started, right?
Right.
Right. So moving forward, 2020, my main focus is to always continue to provide, still being able to provide my healthy detox plans, providing the same culinary catering services to individuals across the area, and lastly, still being able to, I want to be able to put out another book, but I want to put out something that's in a different category for what I've already put out. So I put out a lot of healthy, a lot of kids meals and, kids dishes, but I want to go against that and provide individuals with healthy cheat meals. So meals that are cheat meals that are higher in calories, but still aren't fast food unhealthy. Because you already know that any type of home cooked meal is way better than an unhome cooked meal, a restaurant meal. Who they just pop open the Ziploc bag and boil this, and a lot of restaurants, if you actually go back in the kitchen, you'll realize that a lot of stuff is still already pre-made. A lot of the sauces are pre-made, but showing people that make the sauces from scratch, and like a lot of pasta dishes, making homemade Alfredo sauces, homemade cheese sauces, and so that's my project before the end of 2020.
Amazing. Well, super congratulations on all the great things that you're about to do this year to continue to do. So super congratulations in advance. You are welcome. And so I know we probably have some listeners that are listening, and I know you're in the Maryland, D.C. area. And so if a listener wanted to fly you out, because you travel too, right, and do
absolutely.
Projects. Okay.
Yeah, I do it rare, but I've traveled from here to New York, Philly, Orlando, to provide culinary experiences, and that's what I try to call it. Just to make it a little more upscale. It's actually an entire experience, because I don't want anyone when I come do their event to have to do anything but enjoy their guests. Yeah.
So that's why listeners have to book Chef Anthony. Book him today. Go support him. He is doing some amazing things. Has an amazing brand. So Chef Anthony, please tell us one more time how they can follow you on all social media platforms.
So my Instagram is Chef Anthony DC. Same thing for Twitter. And my website is www.chefanthonythomas.com. Everything is on there. I upload new recipes under the recipe tab every week, which are video recipes. So it's you're more in tune. You can actually watch everything I'm making from scratch. Last week was a shrimp penne pasta with sweet peppers, mushrooms, and onions. The week before that was sauteed apples with a brown sugar cinnamon roll glaze. And you never know what tomorrow holds, because I upload them every Wednesday.
Well, I'm sure he has kept everybody on the edge of their seats tonight. Probably going to go make something now with some of these recipes you gave us. I hope our listeners were taking notes. So make sure you follow him. Like he said, he does stuff on YouTube and on his social media platforms every day. So we never know what he's going to do tomorrow. So make sure you follow him and support him.
For sure.
So Chef Anthony, thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule, taking a moment from the Rockets game, and being on the show tonight. And I can't wait to invite you back.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate it for talking with me and all that good stuff. You've been amazing.
Thank you so much, Anthony, and I look forward to inviting you back and collaborating with you in the future.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University, and my intern, Vontaria, from Winston-Salem State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.